Good morning, everyone. How are you? Welcome to another session here with Stellargate. Um, yeah, awesome. Let's get right into it. We have had challenges um, yesterday and the day before yesterday. I decided to concentrate a little bit more on the solar system because I wanted some quick progress, basically, and some of the challenges were basically like the UI and how the solar system was looking like. So I decided to spend a little bit of time on that and upgraded the code basically so that it's a little bit more in line with what I was looking for. Um, you know, so it's pretty cool now, and I also was able to section planet into um, hexagons and pentagons. So because one of the challenges was basically like we have to section planets into sectors, but I was doing it in squares, but the squares was just kind of like not really working well per se. So that was a problem. Um, so I decided instead to kind of like section it differently. Yeah, so that's where I did hexagons and pentagons because it was just I think it worked better. Okay, now maybe maybe it's not a good solution, but for now it seems like it's okay. Okay. Now, one thing about this though is that if we do this by hexagon and pentagon, our 2D maps are gonna be weird. But right now we have about I think 4,002 sections in each planet. But I want to try and push the limit to see if we can do 36.2 million. I'm sorry, 36.1 million sections for our planet. So I don't know if I will be able to do that. But as of right now, because we only want to test a couple things, I think just 4,002 will be fine. Okay, but we do need to try to do up to 36.1 millions because I want to do a basically like a 2 by 2 square kilometer. Yeah, square kilometer or kilometer square um, battles basically, right? So you can move assets between um, between squares. And so what happens is that um, if I don't do that, then we're gonna have giant maps, and I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing because the latest, like on Unity, I tested a 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer, and it was having a lot of strain on the computer. I mean, not so much to be honest. It was just like alright, but it's just like even optimized, like I just couldn't really put too many structures in it. So ideally, a 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer real life will work out well. I think. I think a 2 kilometer by 2 kilometers is nice. So if like 4 kilometers square was just like basically nice. But I think if I can get it a little bit smaller than that, it will be great. So when we come back to the game and the mapping and everything, um, we're looking at like pretty big chunks of landmass right now. If we talked about scaling to real life, so I have to kind of come out with a solution for that. Maybe I wanted to do. I wanted to do a. Oh my god! I just woke up by the way. Like I went to sleep like around 1 a.m. and I just woke up right now. No, 2 a.m. My bad. So yeah, every single day I don't sleep too much, so I need to sleep more. So if I yawn, I'm sorry. So yeah, basically, we have those sections, and we need to do more because I try to see if we can section as a hexagon. Geometrically, you can't have hexagons within a hexagon that fit perfectly in a hexagon, unless you do some triangle stuff. And I was thinking about it to have triangles as maps, but I kind of don't like that idea. I prefer a hexagon than a triangle, to be honest. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that works. Because we're accustomed in real life. We even have blocks. We don't have triangles. Like when we are in talking real life, we don't have triangles. We have blocks. So having, I mean, even a 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer, how would you even reference that as a triangle? Like you do base times height over two for the area. So if you have a 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer, that's like what, 2 kilometers square. I mean that doesn't sound too bad, but it's just the arrangement for it. It's gonna look like a Dorito instead of looking like a map, you know. And we can have maybe two triangles, and then that will make a map, right? Um, we could technically, I think, have two. I think, and then we can say that's a map, but that will be like a rhombus kind of looking thing. So yeah, I gotta think about that. You know, if I have a hexagon near a 2 by 2, um, the shape is not so odd, right? I feel like it is possible to have a hexagon type map. I don't see a problem with that. But it's a little bit of a problem because I don't think there's a technology that does that. So because all the maps and photos, they're all like squares. They're not they're not hexagons. So it's gonna be a little bit annoying when we do stuff. I think topography and all of that we're gonna have to do it by hexagons. Um, yeah, so I still don't know if that's a good decision, but it's the best decision we have right now. So just roll with that. Um, because the thing is that if we do that, if we do hexagon pentagon, it covers the entire planet like nicely. Like it covers it nicely, 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 and I really like that. So I think I'll just stay with that for now, and maybe section it more later. We'll see. But future future workers here in Stargate are gonna have a real nice challenge later when we try to do topography for all the planets. So yeah. Anyways, aside from the challenge, because it was a huge challenge, because it didn't want to work basically, just section it. I did it in record time yesterday, and I was very happy about it. Um, we have also the possibility to show. We have to show things about a particular section, like information about the section, which is great. The menu shows a lot of things, which is great. We can remove it, we can leave it there, we can make it more opaque, less opaque, so the user has now the possibility to do more things on the planet. We do have to make it better though, because I realize that there are things we need to do to make it better, make it more performant and stuff, but that will be later. Okay, that will be later. Right now, let me check out the objectives that we have basically. Just super quick, let me just check the objectives. So right now the current objectives for the solar system are to use real life orbits, because right now the orbits are almost real life. They're Kepler based equations, but the sizes are not correct, the rotations are not correct, the orbits are not correct. So and the positions of the planets are not correct. So we need to fix all of that. Then let me see. We need to apply the same. So we applied it only to Mars, the hexagon penta arrangement. We need to apply it to all the other planets and the GUI as well. Um, we need to make the sun finish it because we're missing the aura. Once the aura is nailed, then we do the same type of aura to the other planets. So very important. And then we're looking at sectioning, but maybe we won't section it. Maybe we'll just place way more hexagons on the planet. That's what I'm thinking. So that's gonna be very interesting, to be honest. We'll see. Obviously, all, um, not all hexagons are gonna be available for everybody, because the way that we want to do it is like you can build without any problem on certain hexagons, but there will be other hexagons where it will be a contest always, right? Like let's say you're in real life, like you will own property, right? You can own property on United States, okay? But if you're in a contest, and I have to use this as an example, but let's say you are in the Ukraine-Russia war, right? And you are on those areas where there's contest, you don't really own anything there. I mean, you might say you own it, but there's a battle going on there, so there's really nothing there. Here, that land that is, we cannot protect it and say that it's yours. Okay, so the same thing goes for other planets, right? We cannot protect it if it's in contest, because remember that we just came out of an interplanetary war and now we're being invaded. So we basically are at the most, we're a variable at a very dangerous place right now, right? So there will be places where we can secure it with the Solar Planetary Alliance forces, but there will be other sections outside of these areas that cannot be protected, which are in contest. So um, yeah, we'll have to work on that. Okay, but basically that's the premise. So that means that not all the sectors will be up for sale. Okay, we'll have to figure out which ones we are going to allow to be up for sale, right? For parcels and stuff. Yeah, and those that are for sale, um, you will get to choose whether you want people to mine on it or not. I feel like we can allow users to put a taxation on it, basically. So, like, if you want to tax players for mining in your area, I don't see that as an issue. To be honest, scanning, right? You can hire scanning services, or you can scan it your own, right? Let's say if you purchase like, I don't know, 10,000 parcels, okay. If you don't have the time to do it, you can just hire services for somebody else to survey your parcels, basically, okay. Um, I don't see a problem with that either. Now, scanning and surveying, we need to have either a mini game, or it's just gonna be a click and do it, right? So I'm still thinking about it. I think maybe some sort of mini game could be done to surveying, so it's a little bit more gaming wise, right? Assigning drones for mining. Right now, I don't think we have the resources to make something cool looking thing. So for now, it's just gonna be assigning drones and let them mine for quite a bit. Okay, I think that's the best possible scenario for that. Yeah. So um, the way that we're gonna work with the solar command now is that you're gonna have all these drones mining. You're gonna get all these resources. We're gonna have a marketplace where you can sell the resources. Um, so I want to kind of not make it into an NFT, like I mentioned before, because I don't think in ICP this is the way to go. I think this is um, something you can do if you want to, right? So basically, everything's on chain, right? So what you mine is yours, basically. But yeah, like I just don't see this. Um, yeah, I just don't see it the way um, that we make it into an NFT. The only way and the only reason why we will make it into an NFT type for a resource will be if we need to bring it into another chain, for example. That makes sense, right? But with an ICP, I'm just not sure if we will make it into an NFT. I'm not sure. So the way that I'm thinking about everything is that everything will be on chain. It will be mutable, basically, um, and you get all the fantastic stuff of being a blockchain without using an NFT standard, which is great. I think that's great. So that's the way that I want to approach it, and we'll see. If it needs to be an NFT, then we'll make it into an NFT. That's not a problem. But for NFTs to happen, basically, right? So yeah. Um, so that's what we're working on. The challenges. I didn't work on the mini game yesterday, but we made a lot of progress. I know I put Sorry, I need to sneeze. Yeah, I know that we worked on a couple things on the mini game that are now fantastic. I guess some of the challenges are the UI for the minigame because unlike the solar system, the minigame we can really it's just a little bit more complex for the UI because we're not using a graphical user interface. We're using a regular 2D interface, and for this I feel like you need something more. So I'm trying to figure that out. Today I come back to minigame and try to streamline it so I can then do an integration with blockchain and then finally uh, bring it to my partners so we can go into the next level, which is to expand it with clan system and get it working, which is gonna be fun, right? Working with the clans is gonna be pretty cool, I think. So yeah. Anyways, that's basically it. Present gonna be working on the minigame, and then future working on the minigame as well. So that's all there is to it. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you tomorrow.